Alright, so I want to give an update. I've gotten some of that algae out. It was getting too much, so I just went ahead and vacuumed it out, and in the process I lost a little bit of water, probably like up to here. So I ended up filling it up to, back up with salt water, and that effectively creates a water change. So shortly after this, maybe tomorrow at around noonish, I'll do some water tests just to see how that affected the tank. And of course, a lot of that algae I couldn't get off simply because I can't see it, once I'm on it, trying to get it out. But once again, that'll be for the cleanup crew to pick up the rest of it. So yeah, a big update is on the sump. I got 2 reactors, phosphan reactors. One is this one in the back is doing ROA-phos, and the one up front is doing carbon. I've been running it for like maybe 3 days now, and it's running fine, from what I can tell. As far as water parameters go, the ROA-phos is kind of odd. My tap water is actually pretty low on phosphates. I want to say between 0.2, 0.5. I'm not quite sure how low is low, but that's pretty low, I think. Of course, the carbon, I can't really tell how effective that is. I wish I could, but the tank's always been pretty clear. So I've heard people running this for maybe 3 days out of the month, and then stopping it. But I'm not too sure, that once they stop it, do they just let it sit just like that with water in it, or do they just run it for 3 days and then completely get rid of the carbon in there, and then the next time they run it, they fill it back up? So that's kind of a question I have right now. The auto top off, I took a trip over to Albuquerque, since I'm in New Mexico. The store there is called Southwest Reef Company. It's a really nice store, I can imagine they're probably on the expensive side, as most fish stores are, but I don't know, their phosphans were actually comparable to online prices, so I liked it. Although the store is like 3 hours away, but whatever. I got the reactor, I got carbon from them, I got this auto top off from them. As you can tell, I had that top off that I had in there that was drilled through the tank or through the sump, and so I had to I took that out and capped it off. It's actually, I found, is a pretty bad idea to have a float valve, kind of just permanently there, without having it auto adjust like this how this works, you know. I don't know what the brand is of this, but maybe that symbol will help some figure it out. But it's a really nice auto top off. You know, I have my intake coming in through here, and I can adjust it up and down with this. So if, for example, I want my salinity to be higher, I can just adjust it downward and let it evaporate, and then it'll correct once it reaches that level, you know. Or if I wanted it more less salt in the water, I just adjust it upward, you know. So this is really nice, and I suggest it for anyone that's doing a gravity fed type auto top off. Also, from that same store, I got some ketomorpha. I think it's keto. I don't know. Who cares? Keto, Chato. Who cares? It's keto in my world. And I you know, I've had it for maybe 3 days now, and I can't, you know, it's too soon. So update to come on that. And I think I covered everything right now. I'm planning on getting the Indo-Pacific Sea Farms I forget what it's called. It's basically, it has bacteria, it has worms, some microhermits they call it. Not sure what that's all about. But really, I want my sand bed to take off a little bit, you know. It's kind of just been sitting there with not much going on, and I would like it to move around a little, and you know, getting that package, I think would help with that. Although I have some activity, you could probably see there. There's some tunnels there being created. But yeah, again, less algae growing around since I just siphoned some of it and lost a lot of water in the process. And as far as my levels go, phosphates right now, after using the phospan reactor, is at around 0.5, or is it 0.05? I'm not sure. I gotta look at the test results again, but they're pretty low. They're on the very low end. So one thing to note on the phospan reactor, for the ROA-phos, you probably can't see it, but maybe you can. The amount of ROA-phos that I use is pretty small. You know, there's a formula on there. It says it removes a certain amount of phosphates according to how much ROA-phos you use. So, you know, after calculating, it ended up being that much. So, and that's about it. I'm running out of time here, so till next time. Not sure what I'm gonna have next time, so we'll see what we get. All right, bye.